For those of you who don't know me, my name is Happy. I am an immortal high-level coach, and in this series I give you general tips on how to improve for every single rank that you can implement today. We also have a super chill and relaxed vibe here, so if you don't like the flashing dopamine-filled transitions and that stuff and you want to just relax, learn a little about Valorant, chill, listen to some music, this is the place for you. So today, I've been mugging people. I'm not gonna lie, today I've been mugging people and I intend to continue to do so. What do you mean, Happy, you've been mugging people? So, I've seen this girl, I could show you. Cause how the fuck do you even do it? Like, she knows what she's doing. So, I tried doing what she does, so I tried to clench the jaw and do the... And I started looking like this at every single person that I walk through, that I drive through. Men are making eye contact with me for longer than they should. There's their wife, they're next to them, they have a dog, they're walking dog, and they're making an eye contact with a random person driving. I was in the passenger seat, driving by them, doing the...
Go backside. Backside.
Trust, guys, if you have to try doing the mog. You have to try doing the mog. Anyways, today we're reviewing Diamond. Oh no, it's a Diamond 1 lobby with Phoenix.
Never mind, I'm trapped.
Dude is a chill guy.
Two are mid and
I like his voice, very calm, very chill. Also, I would recommend. I'm probably the only guy that's noticing this because you don't have outlines enabled. So whenever your teammates are like behind the wall, you don't see them. I don't know, it's of course a personal preference that you have. I like to see what my teammates are doing. Like, or what if that person is holding a flash, right? What if this was a Sky and she was holding a flash? You would know, you would get ready, and now all you can see is name. So you can like enable outlines, but of course it's just preference and shit. I feel like it's definitely advantageous. It also makes me feel a little bit more safe. So the execute was cool. There are some lineups I have been experimenting buying not Ghost or Bandit, but instead I buy a classic, low armor, and a wall. And then it's like you have the triple trifecta. You have the wall, you have the armor, you have every single util that you would ever want. And you can get close and personal. This is my favorite buy, by the way. Most people buy a Bandit, which is what you're doing, which is good, right? We're following the Radiant tips. But I personally, my playstyle is to be pretty aggressive. Like, I like pushing into smokes. I like mollying the smokes. I like playing close corners. So I would push into that smoke with a classic. I would jump in there and it like... They're never headshotting me. I'm killing them. I like to get close up and personal. The fact that you have a bandit, I would not have pushed into this, but it doesn't matter. The purpose of the bandit is that you are one-tapping enemies from further than 30 meters, and a ghost cannot do that. A bandit does 128, a ghost does 87, so you should play for your advantage, right? Remember I said I like to buy a classic. Classic lets me go and fight anyone in smokes because I don't die to a one-tap, so I can be a psychopath. I can get some close range angles. Bandit does 128, so yeah. And there's one lineup of the Molly that I want to show you. It's, of all the Molly lineups there are, I feel like it's the best one on B. Like if I were to go for Molly without a lineup, I would Molly there, okay? So that nobody peeks me. If this is smoke, then I don't know exactly where to molly. You gotta aim at the top one, I believe. And then you do a nice little jump throw. And then it lands here, and it mollies these boxes. And it's such a good molly, because then once you combine it with the wall and a flash high, immediately this guy is flushed out and he's dying. Yeah, it's a good thing I skipped past, because you have 9-3. So clearly this time it wasn't the problem, like your attacking rounds. It's gonna be your defensive plays. It looks like you have a Molly lineup. With 2 Sentinels, getting 9-3 on Summit is insane.
Yeah, you can put it here. I'll just do it after I flash, like,
which is like really good. I want to see how it, I mean, you say you couldn't really do much this game. I want to see what do you mean by that.
Oh, you mean flash, okay.
Yeah. Just pop it after I pop my flash.
I feel like you're waiting too long.
Oh, not quite.
Bro, they could have pushed up on you.
I mean,
On this B main spot, you can wait for slightly longer than usual because it's a pretty long walk up compared to other walk ups in other
Any
maps.
info? Do you
But
Oh,
as we can see now, 9 seconds is too much. So let's do it below 9. I don't know. I personally
That was too
don't
late. That
know
was too late.
exactly how fast he can walk up. Also, I use a different Molly lineup, but you probably have the same one. Mine is probably
like,
slightly
that's-
safer because it's a little bit to the left, so you don't get
Like
pushed
a
as
better
hard.
lineup I can do from here, which slightly mitigates that, but
Yeah, exactly
I
what
know
you.
there's like a better lineup I can do from.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
oh, hold on.
Wait, we can fight a chamber. All, the three of us, come in. I'm gonna flash in 3,
Mhm.
2, 1.
Nice.
He's on the
Molly him.
there.
Good. Push in. Flash. That's fine. Good stuff. We killed one. Well,
I'm
Falling
running and gunning, and
loose.
he's killing me.
who
From there.
cares? It happens. Molly plus net combo. Brilliant stuff. All you have to do is not fuck this up.
And mid. One mid.
Okay.
Yeah, mid. They want to do something mid to some.
I know I talk too much, but I don't recommend making aggressive plays whenever you have better guns than the enemies. Like, you have a Vandal, they have Stingers. If they catch you off guard here by like waiting on the left side, they're gonna get your gun, and then you're not even getting that much better of a fight, right? Because it's a close range fight. So whenever you have better guns on bonus, no, on force rounds, and against ecos, I would prefer you not do aggro plays
His
like
footsteps?
this.
Oh, no, that's-
You know? You didn't get punished for it this time. We gotta be careful, especially Chamber can do some damage.
Just like place it real quick and then.
Like,
Take
Chamber
it.
always has a good gun. I mean, that's interesting, but I feel like
my
there's...
gun out first.
Okay, that's actually nice.
I don't hear anything.
The thing is, they're gonna hear the TP, so I feel like you should come slightly to the left, because they're gonna hear the thing and they're gonna
Yes.
break it.
I'm actually gonna back up here.
About to go up B.
Okay.
Very good fundamentals, though. I like watching clean players who are like aware of the game sense stuff.
Bruh.
That is so sad.
Yeah, it happens. I hate these angles too. Sometimes we look at a thing that happens to us and we're like, ah, that sucks. If only I wasn't unlucky, right? Like, oh, if only I flashed or whatever. If only I had better aim. If only I didn't peek with... All of those things are like, cool, you're right, you did get unlucky, but you sometimes have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. And from my personal experience, I have found that retaking B from CT is just better for Phoenix, because now you have options. Here you can't really do much, because here you can go for the molly in case anyone's sitting in the corner, he immediately dies. Once you pop the molly, you can go for a flash, cross here, kill this guy. Right, he's gonna be blinded, all you have to do is flash, and yeah. You can also wall here and kill this guy, and also wall, then flash, clean this guy, clean this guy. Once you're in this situation, once again, your util is super strong. Like, you might pop a molly that lands boxes. That's not where I wanted it to land. Basically, you can pop it so it lands default. And I don't yet have like a reliable way of making sure it lands default. That's what I'm gonna figure it out, because that's how you figure out the best retakes and shit. But if you have a wall, you can wall like this, splitting the enemies into some like weird spaces, right? And now if the enemy peeks, it's super disadvantageous. You can flash through, kill this guy, you have cover, you can fight here, you can continue to flash, kill this guy. Of course, all of that has to work if your teammates clear this. Now, you see that there's a lot of mollies, a lot of walls, a lot of flashes that work. When we take a look at a position like this, I literally recorded, it's gonna be in the 2.0 courses after the summer, campfire type shit, but I literally just recorded a module, which is the difference between suppressive util and punishing util. From here, it's very hard for you to do punishing util, and punishing util, I mean molly to make sure that you kill a person. Or, remember here, whenever you go for the wall, and then you go for the flash, to make sure that you kill this guy. That's punishing util. From here, it's very hard for you to do punishing util, and all you can do is suppressive util, that makes enemies unswing for 1 second. That's not really what we're looking for. We're the better players we try to become, the more we should be using the punishing util instead of suppressive util. And you can do that by like walling like this, waiting out the spam. This guy is gonna start to panic because he's like, oh shit, they're about to push me, I probably should swing. And then you can either just hold him or molly him, or just come in with a flash. Right? Once you get into this position, once again, you have options. Now we can go for the molly, we can go for the molly, we can go for, I don't know, molly, and then we can once again flash, maybe catch some guys off guard. Maybe your molly is gonna land on the boxes. All of a sudden, our util becomes punishing util rather than suppression util. If you get what I'm saying. I think I personally would wait. It's one of those angles that you just...
Bruh.
Super unlucky. I would say it's really unlucky.
Hit one.
Also, there's a molly lineup on this spot too.
Fast. On site.
Nice, easy kill. Spam. Beautiful.
Nice.
There's a
Okay,
kill.
They're stopped. Go back.
We win. We rotate.
I think to
If there's a reason to doubt, if there's any reason that they might rotate, and that reason is that you stopped their push,
Wall, one on
right?
wall.
We killed 2 for
One
free.
mid.
They're probably rotating. Like,
Wait, I'm going through CT.
yeah, I'd like you to shift here, because if you die, we lose CT control. And then, okay, good. Let's use that wall.
I knew it. I'm so bad, bro.
So we have no idea where the fuck Fade is. Someone's saying spawn or maybe not. Right? Whenever you don't know where the enemy is, try to get close to your teammates and slowly make progress. Super weird because I don't give this type of examples in like lower rank pods. So first of all, you're going solo. There's 2 teammates going here. Rely on your 2 teammates being the main push, and you have to be like a flanker, especially you're low HP. And if the enemies kill you here with like a I don't know, they don't really have, but they can peek you unexpectedly. Like they hear exactly where you are, they have an advantage. Plus you're low HP. If they kill you, they also hear that 2 enemies are right there. Now they can start like playing with you. They can start going for off angles, they can go for a flash. Like this guy knows that you're never gonna kill him because no one's gonna come from CT. If there's a guy here, now he can do weird stuff. So your priority is to not die. And once you do successfully make your way into the gym, that's a funny sentence, huh? Once you flash, like I said, you don't know where the enemy is, the spike is ticking, try to stay with your boys, but continue to make progress. Don't go out in all of these crossfires. Instead, move towards the middle. Move towards the middle, move towards your boys. Maybe even, like, expect them to peek, essentially. Like, they're gonna have to peek. It's a 3v1, we still have time. Plus the wall, always think about your wall. You can wall off the spike. Right? Bam, bam. And we get into the defuse. Once we tap, this guy might peek, we get a nice 50-50 fight instead of being out here in the open where we don't know where we're gonna get peeked from. Plus, if Fade is, matter of fact, in CT, and this Clove decides to not res or whatever, or even if she does res, right, your teammates will come. And you're closer to the teammates, right? You're just letting your teammates have some type of a timing. They can immediately refrag you, essentially. And if the Clove doesn't refrag, or you kill her, Now you're safe from the main. Fade has pressure to deal with. You took a 1v1, which is better than what most people can wish for. Like, the worst you can do, just like I said, walking into the open and then dying. So I would say your play was on the better end of the average outcome. I was gonna say, I do feel if you're gonna lose this game, I know how it feels when you lose against, like, you have two sentinels, you're like, oh, we're gonna cook on defense, it's 9-3, whatever. Side note, whenever you start getting cooked like that, you have to switch up your playstyle for one round, mainly to get out of your mental state. Like right now, you're getting destroyed, you have two sentinels, you should be losing. You have to get out of that mental state and start pushing, which is what you do is good. Like, do something unexpected, group up with your team, which is what you've been doing really good with the nets and molly combos. I wouldn't fight this, because just like in the bronze VOD, if the enemy peeks, he's one-tapping you, you're not one-tapping him. Instead, there's actually a really cool play with Phoenix that I found out. I mean, think about it. It just logically makes sense, first of all. If this guy's gonna peek you, he's gonna do that very often, right? If he doesn't peek you, that means that he is trying to clear B main, and he's gonna come in like 15 seconds. So this guy either is gonna peek you in the first couple of seconds, or he doesn't. However, this guy might be coming closer like this. What do we do when an enemy is coming closer like this? We flash him. So what I want you to do is not fight this guy, instead come like this on eco rounds. You can do this on full buys too. And then you just poppy flash. And your flash is gonna blind this guy if he is holding you. And most importantly, you come like this and you catch this guy off guard. It also blinds all the random enemies that are holding like this. So try this play out. I feel like it works against... I've done it. It works like there were 3 people. One guy is pushing closer. Everybody gets blind. You go for the quick punish. You run away. You dip. Like, so these are the type of plays I would go whenever you feel like things are getting out of hand. So we have no business winning this round.
Yeah.
You should like... You should never take these eco rounds into your head. You should just be like, well, it is what it is. I'll just try to go crazy tens mode, one tap all of them. If it doesn't work out, who cares? It's an eco round. And because we don't care about eco rounds, we do weird shit on eco rounds. We stack sight, we do these pushes, which you did, which was really good when Sky pushed in.
They sound.
Some mid.
Dashed on you, Sky.
I mean, I wouldn't repeat. I wouldn't...
Bruh.
Okay,
It was 2A as well.
I'm gonna hook you up with
Running back.
some advice. Okay. Holding this isn't terrible. Very, very strongly believe that the angle on the right here is better. You either catch someone if they're executing like this, and trust me, this is a free kills position. If they don't close the door, you're cooking. If somebody does start to shoot at the door, you just peek them out like this and kill them. Because it's a really weird angle that they basically, like, if they're close and they're shooting, like, you peek them before the door closes, and that just messes their timing so hard. Plus, a second thing, ulting here is problematic, not because of the door, it's because they can very easily run away. When you're ulting on defense, and this is in my courses, I believe, pretty sure I posted this one for Phoenix. When you're pushing on defense, you want them to push either through a choke point on one of the sides, and if they're going middle, you want to be like, they have to be somewhere in the middle. That's how you play with Phoenix ult on defense. The reason this is a little bit bad is because they have not yet pushed through the choke point. And when you ult like this, let's say they don't peek into you. Yeah, you're not gonna run out with your knife, right? That's just not realistic. We're gonna ult like this, and we're gonna see nothing, and we're gonna start to run. We barely have enough time to clear this corner, but by the time you started ulting, you didn't even know if there was anyone there. Plus, they can, of course, close the door, they can pop a molly so that you would burn to your death, they can drop a flash, they can smoke themselves off and just run away, and you don't have a chance at killing them. And then essentially your ult just becomes wasted. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, my aim should be better, I could have killed them there. Yes, you could have killed them there, but they also could have just made it so that you didn't even have a chance. Here,
He's
I think it's 2, not it's at 2v4. There's an enemy B. I think there's no reason for you to play retake. I would just push out with a flash here. Check the right side, because this is actually the bigger threat for you, the right side. And then come closer, flash, and then commit on the fight. Like, I would commit with this flash. Because you're not really getting anything better because of... They have a lot of space, and...
Okay.
You don't want to play retake because you're down numbers. When you're down numbers, try to hold on to this site. Because there's a reason we're defending sites. It's because it's easier for defenders to defend sites rather than...
We hear nothing A, could you flash this?
To retake them.
Could you flash him in?
It's all on.
One mid.
Nothing A right now. It's always just this one guy mid, right?
I think reviewing the defensive rounds is the meta. All coaches should probably start doing this.
Could you dog from this guy?
I think flash is enough here. Oh, there's 2. Oh.
Oh man.
Good, you got 2. Wait. This guy just died? I think...
Oh man.
you got what you got in the last
Yeah,
round.
80.
That was a nice try. That was a good round for me. I like listening to your comms, by the way, too. It's really cool. Oh, let me drop a mod in here.
Wait, are you guys setting up like fully? I thought we were playing retake. Okay.
Once again, eco round. Probably not the angle you want to be holding with a sheriff. And that's why watching bronze reviews sometimes is actually helpful to all of us. Because I talk about stuff that everybody should learn. You're not the only guy that does this, by the way, my friend. People in my lobbies do that shit too. But if you want to be more effective with your sheriffs, you don't hold more than 30 meters. Hold an angle like this, you can maybe crouch. Or you can pre-fire if they're about to push in. I personally like to buy a stinger and play something like this backside. And then I either go for molly here, or I go for the molly here. If they're really running me down, then you can fight with like a flash. If I see that shit is going bad, I come out like this. You pop a flash here. You can even pop some weird walls. Also, I've just figured out that this wall is actually very nice when you think about it. Like if you go for a wall like this, enemies are like, oh shit. Very scary, right? But then you couple it with your molly, and that's the shit. But if you are gonna go for a sheriff, look for different angles. Look for angles like this. Once again, when you're gonna get to the cave, there's gonna be an angle. Like, there's gonna be this long range angle. This is good. That's good. Jiggle and because this is like uncommon. I don't know. It's a super niche, but like your angle is just super disadvantageous. He basically knows exactly where you're gonna be, no matter how you peek it. So that's why you can either jiggle and like pre-fire or like crouch peek. But even crouch peek is pretty scary. That's why. Well, like you got one. It's a common mistake. It's fine though. It's gonna take a little bit more of just feeling the game out. A little bit more experience. It's one of those angles where it's like it's super dangerous. And when it's super dangerous and you're not the one holding, but I mean you got one, so that you did your job and stuff.
You want to play? Let's play.
Yeah, I mean they know it's scary. You have to realize this is very scary. First of all, I would only send 2 people. If you are gonna do something like this aggressive, I would only send Deadlock and yourself. Point number 2, they have not been pushing in aggressively, remember. Like, they've never just ran down a site, so that's why this play is like... It's still good, it's always good. It's just that it's probably not gonna work, because they've been playing so slow. You have 2 sentinels, they're just conditioned to play default. And this is the picture I slow down on, because it's very important. You just cleared B main and you broke chamber strip, and they're not speeding up on A. What does that mean? That means that they can probably hear you push in. There's gonna be at least one guy like mid who's like, oh, there's 3 pushing B main, holy shit. So you have to chill a little bit. You either have to back off, maybe start shifting. At least I would back off because he already made a bunch of noise and they're not speeding up A. The chamber ult is what's super scary. He might just pick you up one by one And whenever chambers go for the ult, what do? They hold. What do? They hold anything they can long range. He's probably mid right now. No one's executing A. They've been playing default for a long time.
Never mind.
Chamber ult
They smoked me here.
might be a problem. There he is. Now he's in a pretty vulnerable position. You can just come in and flash him. So that's good for you. Yes. Good thing that you waited for a little bit before peeking. And now we want to contain. We want to have one guy jiggling spawn to see if they're not rotating, and everybody else just goes A and fights in case there is an execute.
Coming. Watch out, Sky. Too many, too many.
You don't really want to fight mid, you just want to have like the B main deep space to just make sure that they're not rotating.
Backing up, I'm backing up.
Yeah, leaving.
They have to re-clear all of mid and spawn, but we give it up. But it's chill. Just reset. 5v5 still.
Is chamber mid or what?
I think I just flash here and go B.
Bro.
You know? The thing is, this jet can see you. Like you jump spotted, you saw him. I didn't even know you saw him. But the bigger problem is this jiggle, he can see you. And now he basically knows how fast you're gonna be peeking. So it's like easier for him to hit this shot. That's why it seems like, oh, every time I peek I get one tap. But the movement, if you want, you can actually go to his replay. I don't know if you still have it. I mean, this VOD was posted a day ago. When I'm gonna release it soon, a couple of days max. I don't usually talk about it. There's this thing called, you know, velocity, how fast you can peak. Like for you to reach maximum velocity, it takes like,
Watch out.
I don't know, half a second of you running. So there's this specific scenario where you're jiggling, where the same happened here, by the way. The same happened here, where you, I don't know, went for the molly and the jet already saw you. He basically can see how fast you're moving, and there's not really that much runway for you to get out of your position. There's not like those 0.5 seconds. And so from his POV, he knows, like he has the rhythm in his head. He knows exactly how fast you're gonna peak if you're gonna be peaking. And then there's not much for you to hide. Like, see how easy it is for him to hit this shot? Like, there's only one position you could be in. And not only that, he knows that you cannot just go super fast because there's not enough runway. Here, you do have enough runway. You could peek him super fast. But the fact that he saw you right here, your gun a little bit, and he was standing right here. He saw your gun jiggling, and then he expects another jiggle. And once you do the first jiggle, he knows that you cannot reach the maximum velocity, and there's this one specific play, that one specific interaction that just exists in this video game, is that if you do a little jiggle, and you try to re-peek immediately, one tap and you're dead. Because you cannot swing past, because the timing, you don't have enough timing to come back and then re-swing with full velocity, if you get what I mean. So when you do the swing, like it's basically impossible for you to go past his crosshair. So just try to be aware of this, and it's definitely gonna follow you, lead you as you play the game. You're gonna notice this happening. But the good thing is you can punish the enemies who do the same thing. If you see that enemies are jiggling, you know that they cannot swing in a super fast way, so then you know exactly where to hold the crosshair. It's like a... It just exists.
5v4.
I did my best to explain this. How to counter it? You can flash, you can continue to jump spot, and this is like a pretty dangerous angle to go from, because they can like be up, close, so many angles. That's why it's pretty scary to go mid. That's why I would either flash or just jump spot, see nothing, or just swing immediately. It's very dangerous to jiggle these types of angles. And I know it's not my brand to be like, well, it is actually. My brand is to not talk about aim, and I have not been talking about aim at all. This is more of a game sense thing to understand how mechanics work.
Pretty close.
Yeah, that's valid. You clearing that is actually valid.
Oh,
However, I would want you to realize that you have a Spectre. Once again,
Pretty close.
wrong fights. Instead, I would here go for a wall and then try to push through the right side so that you wouldn't have to face this Reyna up here. Right? It's a pretty long range and you're likely losing this fight against a better player. Also, the Molly is useless. I'm not gonna lie. With the Molly it's best to have purpose, especially on retakes. Like, you can Molly far so that he doesn't peek you far. You can Molly close so that he doesn't peek you close. You can Molly through the top for it to hopefully land default. Maybe you'll hit it. I cannot hit it, clearly. Maybe you land it on the choke point by hitting this wall so that if your Clove, who is dead, smokes for you, now he cannot walk into the smoke and peek from both sides. Your Molly, she can walk around, you know? You can also... Maybe you tried to hit that corner, which is actually valid. Yeah, you probably just tried to hit that corner. I don't know. I think you did try. For the other viewers who were not trying to hit the corner, which you did. I mean, it looks like you did. Try to have a purpose for your Molly, especially on retakes. On defense, once again, you need to have a purpose. Like, are you mauling the choke point? Are you mauling their safe place? Molly is a strong ability. It denies a bunch of space. Unlike the wall, the wall is used a little bit more different. I feel like this angle is dangerous because they can swing past you and spam you in the head.
That's 3 mid. Kinda wanna push A off that. Oh.
Zopping mid.
They closed door. It's probably B. Probably meant to be then. Coming to Sky. I flash Sky.
Yeah, once again. See how you're always retaking from this short position? It's just not fit for your character, you know? So go gym, go CT. Go gym, go CT. You're just gonna feel that it's much more comfortable because then it's gonna allow you to take backside, and from backside your wall is super strong, your flashes actually do something, your mollies do something.
We're on bomb.
It looks like it's not big.
Do we still have bomb?
Yeah, one's dropped. My thing just broke. Both dropped.
One's on A.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you killed him. Now
that the last
just
guy
sprint
B, or
A. I
should
would
I
just
be
say
worried about more?
sprint B.
Face your fear.
Oh, both A.
They're both on site.
Sprint A.
I had wall, good luck.
Shift. You want to shift. Once again, on the retakes, advice, whenever enemies are down numbers and there's not that many people, like 2v3 is not that many people, they can heal all 3 of you running in, right? If you don't let all of them hear that you are going CT, they're not gonna be able to do the abusing thing that I can talk about. Like, they hear that all 3 of you are running cave, right? Well, now they can push into here and try to fight with this angle. They can also just chill here because they know that they're never gonna get shot from behind. And I don't know, let's say I'm a Phoenix, I can just flash. And this flash is super deadly because this corner is affected. And then any guys who are here who are gonna get blinded, they're gonna run maybe into this corner because they're like, oh, Phoenix is about to be over here. But then his teammate is like on site and I'm gonna flash and bam, the flash comes down, everyone's dead. Any other character, let's say you are Deadlock, I don't know, not literally any character is super deadly at this point. It can be a flash, it can be a stun from the breach. Usually, breach would be like scared. Oh, what if they push a link? So now the furthest I can play is garden and it's scary and stuff. But now that they know that you are not gonna be in the link area, they can just set themselves up like this. Maybe even go for a nice little aftershock, stun. Anyone who's here is just dead. Maybe no aftershock, maybe just stun. Right? Anyone who's in that corner is just dead. and anyone we don't stun, we just walk through. So you have to be aware of these things. I don't think diamonds are enough to actually figure this out, but diamonds, whenever diamonds hear you, they're just gonna swing you and they're gonna be more accurate.
Could be wrapping
I
this.
like the following with the dog, trading with your team, beautiful. Wait for your teammate. Go with the teammate. If we go with the teammate there, we kill him. Nice, good stuff. Once you check here, I would just sprint to my teammate, because yeah. Good stuff though. Good stuff. We kill him. That's good.
Last bullet.
I don't know if you saw.
Let's see the attacking rounds and then the last attacking round, and then there's gonna be I don't know. You're probably gonna lose too, I'm assuming. However, people like to give games where they win.
Bro.
Oh, lucky. But also, yeah, this peak is not really that good from this jet, I would say. It's very dangerous. I think the problem, the true problem, is that you made it easy for him. Because believe it or not, subconsciously, you are... Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, why do I not die to these positions? Because I easily could die to these positions. I would go like this. You know, well, of course I would go for my molly stuff, my molly lineups. Maybe I would die to the jet while I have my molly out. Who knows? The thing is that you subconsciously stood in his line of fire. Like, what the people are gonna be pre-aiming? This. And you accidentally stood in this exact line as you were walking. Like, is Jet pre-firing this? Maybe. Is he ever pre-firing this? Less likely, I would say. Because why would he do that if there can be a guy wide? But pre-firing this and knowing that you have a chance of accidentally spraying 3 people down the line. So yeah, try to get out of this line of fire. The same works whenever you're executing sights. Why do I have breach? Fuck it, I cannot give you, you know, I'm trying to demonstrate to you. So there's a line of fire here that he's gonna be spamming. And you went like this, and you went like this, and you died into the line of fire. The same analogy can be used here. Enemies, whenever they're smoked, they're gonna be like, well, I can't do anything, I'm just gonna spam the choke point. This is the same scenario, just a different position. You want to get out of that line of fire as soon as possible by getting into some cover here or by getting into some cover here, right? You don't want to be running down the line, which lower rank players do. I don't think you do that. It's just that I'm trying to make an analogy. Low rank players will just, I don't know, come like this and accidentally step into this line of fire, which is actually dangerous. Remember when you were spamming A main in lobby? When I said spam, you spammed and you got a kill. Where did you spam? You spammed here. This is the perfect line of fire, right? The perfect line of fire. We don't want to be standing in that. We want to either swing through or not peek that at all, maybe spam back. You spammed there, he died. The same way works for you. So either try to get wide or hug the corner. I like how all of your sending rounds where you like games where you actually win. Ooh, a new angle! A new angle.
Fade dog B.
Okay, are we okay? Buddy. You could do so much here. I like that.
He's in the Wait, no.
Okay, nice try. That would have been
Let's go.
Wait, what's the point of Vice? Was that like the actual plan of yours? Cause did you actually plan this? Cause that's so weird. Did you actually plan this?
If they start rushing, I'm gonna get A, but if it's slow, I'm gonna hold.
Like that. Is there any trap walls we can do? Maybe you blind somewhere, then they...
Flank,
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Wait, this is gonna be diabolical. Wait, will I be able to throw it in there? It's gonna be a Kobe, like a,
You might have to play
a
drop.
slim.
You
Yeah,
could
I'll play drop, bro.
The thing is, it's actually not that deep. It's funny shit, but it's not that deep. So first of all, whenever you're gonna pull out the molly, like, there might be another person already trying to run in and kill you, right? So he might catch you with your pants down. Another thing is, like, you have a vice molly, and the vice molly stops people from walking. So there's not really a point for you to stop people in the wall when you can just molly anywhere the vice wall lands, the vice molly lands, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a person already standing there and there's a molly, you just pop a molly, and then if he moves, he's just gonna take a shit ton of damage from the vice. I just, like, it's good, you, like, guarantee that you get the kill. I feel like it should be better if you do it from a safe place. For example, there's a vice wall like this, a vice molly here, and then we molly off of this corner, right? They're burning. If they're not burning, they're gonna have to walk through the vice molly and shit, and then you can either, like, block off these guys and then flash the guys who are walking through the molly, right? That's fucking genius. Coming from a genius. But I think that you have to get a little bit more active when you're defending on Vice's side. Like, as soon as they push out, I saw a molly there, Vice molly there. You can just molly, flash, and probably do a lot of damage with this thing alone. Also, you're playing on the right side. I feel like this angle is a little bit dangerous. I would play for an off angle like this, and then if anybody pushes through, we can molly and flash. Or if they're about to break the door, we just, I don't know, maybe peek into them, or we pop a molly before they break the door, and then we come like this. And then this wall is a little bit dangerous. I feel like going for a wall like this makes slightly more sense. They're more likely to be in the open, right? But yeah, if that vice is actually your long-term teammate, try going for that wall, molly and stuff, so that you can guarantee, like, you're getting smoked here by the clove, or not. Sometimes, more likely, they're smoking gem, but from here, you can actually just land that molly into this corner without risking anyone pushing you while you're doing your thing. You know what I mean? Also, while we're still here, the lineup is you stand here in this thing and you aim at the third gap, and then we flash. And there's also a lineup on A if you care. You just stand here. You're not gonna have the spike, so just this nice corner, and then we're gonna be aiming at wherever this diamond thing ends, and then the molly lands in this corner. And then you can pair it with a flash by looking, I don't know, I saw people just look here and they just flash like this, which is pretty cool. You have a lineup for the flash. When you compare those, just make sure your clove doesn't smoke. If they do go for the smoke while you're doing this lineup, you can just spam them as they walk back. Oh, actually they might try to hide in this corner, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize that before. But if they are hiding from your molly and there's a smoke here, they will probably hide in this corner, which is, yeah. Overall, I like your game sense. Aim is solid. One of your biggest problems is that you like to go for sheriff and play for long range fights. I would say go for more stupid angles. I didn't see your attacking rounds, but because you won 9 and there's 2 sentinels on your team, I'm assuming you're doing good. If I reviewed the whole game, I feel like it's too long, and then it overwhelms you. And there's been a lot of you know, little tips, like if you're 1 HP and your full machine tank is rolling down there, you want to be like a flanker with 1 HP. You want to be the guy that's there to trade if needed, but otherwise you stay silent and stealthy. Thank you for watching. If that helped you, stay happy.